My name's Randy. I play lead guitar, vocals as well. We've been writing music for about 3 years. We've been playing out about almost 2 years. This year will be the second year of us playing shows. They've been going really well. Joe gave me a call one day, and we were just talking about music, and we wanted to kind of start playing something. So we kind of got together and decided to play some kind of music that we really didn't do with our former bands, here in Pueblo. So we try something different for a change, and we ended up being, real happy with what we've been doing so far. It's the shows have been great so far, and everything's it's been a blast up to this point. Our sound, we are dirt rock, Pueblo, Colorado dirt rock. It's a big combination of blues and just metal, early metal, and just low end heavy stuff that just kind of carries along. It's weird when you even to be compared to other bands at all. It's strange. We've heard everything from The Doors to to Neurosis to Black Sabbath. So it's pretty strange. Yeah, it's something. So it's neat to blend different styles in, from stuff that we were influenced with, from the time we were children to we first discovered, heavy music, So it's kind of like a blend from that, Down for the Mountain, I think that was probably the second song we had ever written. We were still messing around with our sound, and I said, well, let me come up with one real big riff, and see where we can go with that, And I was thinking of bands that I really liked a lot, like Buzz Oven and Neurosis, even like the bigger bands, like Down and stuff like that, and a big sound, of course, down tune to like C, and get a real big full warm tone. And I started, part of the riff, and Joe came in with some real good heavy beats, and we wrote the first part of the song, and then it was weird because the second part just kind of almost wrote itself, because it had to be a big climactic good second follow-up, that's going to lead a big heavy drum beat that's going to kick your ass, it's the basic rock formula for a song, really. It's your first, second, third, fourth parts, guitar solos and everything. Right. But it's definitely got our sound in it, and when you hear that sound, you'll know what we mean by dirt rock, and it's got a real good groove to it, man. And Down for the Mountain is one of the songs we're really proud of. So I hope you guys enjoy that one. We love playing it for people, man, because the crowd has really dug it, man, so far. Yeah, Last Day of the Sun, man. That's a song that we would have never imagined to write in 1,000 years of our lives. You know, it's got a really bizarre Egyptian sound to it, a crazy chime to it, and I was actually trying to replicate this riff I had heard as a kid, you know, and I thought I had copied it perfect, and then I listened to it, and it was nothing like it at all.
Perfect.
Yeah,
So
yeah, and that's when I told Joseph, I said, you know what, that means it's gonna work because we're not borrowing it at all, man. And so I ended up kind of making it to our own, and then we wrote a really cool chorus for it, and it ended up being a kind of a longer tune. It's got a real fun hook to it, you know. You can sing with it, and
nice.
The Last Day of the Sun, the lyrics, you know, themselves, I mean, it kind of in a way speaks for itself. It just, you know, it talks about the sands of time and you know, the inevitability of time running out, you know, one day, and someone's going to see it. But yeah, man, that's another song we really enjoy. We sometimes try and play it live. It's a little bit long. You know, if the crowd wants to hear it, man, we're not going to say no. yeah, man. I was in Tyler, Texas with Fanatics once, and we were just having a good time on stage, man. I set my Les Paul down and one wrong step and damn near cracked the whole fucking head off the top of it. And we got to Austin, Texas. I didn't really want to look at the damage yet. And then when I got to Austin, I really inspected it. And oh man, it was a terrible mess. It was worth crying over and being very bummed out. That's one of the worst things that's really happened. You know, I mean. It ended up getting fixed by this old timer here in town in Pueblo, and yeah, he did a great job on it. So an old '79 Les Paul. It takes a lot to break them, but you know, and fix them right, they still hold the test of time, man. That's for sure. So done that, and man, can that's the worst that's probably ever happened. We've lots of crazy shit, lots of broken microphones, lots of playing with some crazy bands on the road, like in an old band I was in before. Yeah, this time, you know, this band's been pretty good so far. We haven't had too many crazy. Well, he brought a whole different thing to it, you know, to the table when I started watching him play, and not only did we share the same name, which I thought was kind of cool, you know, as well. And my very first guitar that I ever got, you know, as a little kid was a Honer Les Paul. And, you know, spent a lot of time trying to learn his stuff, and you know, it's always been a pleasure, you know, to this day to still hear Diary of a Madman in its entirety, or just that song itself is just what he was thinking when he wrote it was something else, because it's such a haunting, you know, from beginning to the end, of course, just sounds like just evil, crazy ritual, man. It's awesome, and it's always been a big, you know, part of music was enjoying his playing, you know, and especially when I started playing was around, you know, when I was like 81, 82, and that's, you know, when he was getting big, passed away as well. So, you know, I thought it was kind of cool to keep playing as well, you know, and get good. I had Michael Schenker Live at Budokan. That was a good album. I really enjoyed listening to that one. Motorhead, No Sleep Till Hammersmith. I still listen to that. That album still kicks my ass, man. That's a great one. I used to really enjoy Iron Maiden Live After Death. I still enjoy a lot of the tracks off that as well. You know, there's a couple other live ones that I've heard. I can't really think of right now, but man, there's been some a couple of them that have been real groundbreaking to me, you know, and the Motorhead one definitely was something, because when I first heard it, I was like, oh my god, so messy, you know. I was like 12 years old. I was like in the 7th grade, and, you know, I kept listening to it, and I was like, yeah, shit. And that was cool, because a lot of bands like that, you know, you'd never hear them do a live album, do it because of the live sound is so raw for a band like Motorhead. If you've ever seen them live, man, it's fucking crazy. Your ears are thumping for a good day and a half afterward. You know, it's yeah, that's the stuff that gets you going, man. When you hear a live album, because you can really feel the crowd, you know, feel the crowd. And You definitely have to have Jimi Hendrix somewhere in there, because that's a big creation of it all. That's one of the baddest, man. I don't know if I could say Deep Purple, man. Some of them guys are gone for sure, man. Yeah, you can go on with that. I mean, I wasn't the biggest Pantera fan at first, and then man, I ended up seeing him in concert. I was like, holy shit, man! They just kicked my ass, man. There was yeah, man. It was watching Dimebag play. That was pretty amazing to see. It was really cool. That would be something to see him as well. And, you know, that's he was one of the best, probably. You know, I mean, thank God we still have some of the people like Van Halen that are still. Happy birthday to him, man. I missed them. I missed them when they played at the college up here. I was 9 years old. Didn't get to go trash it with them, man. That would have been a blast. I would rather revive, in a way, eras that died a while back and go, you know, like that era, you know, would be so awesome to fucking have once again, you know, like the late 70s when stuff was even changing, you know, that'd be a cool era to have back, you know. And, you know, who we could really officially say now would be the Ramones, because all them motherfuckers are gone now. But that would be one hell of a band to bring back, man. To headline fest, I'll tell you that, man. Be something else.